Hey guys, it's Poxbro. Welcome back to another video. Today in Fallout 76, I'm going to be showcasing how to get the T-60 power armor set and all of the power armor mods for the T-60. I'm going to be going over a couple locations on how to get the T-60 power armor, and then I'll go over how to actually get the T-60 power armor plans. Right off the bat, I want to go ahead and say that I recommend just getting the T-60 power armor parts and not the plans, because the plans are really hard to come by, and it's going to be a bit of a grind if you actually want the plans, whereas you can just do some server hopping and eventually collect all of the T-60 parts and get yourself a full set without any of the crafting materials needed, and they're already going to be spawning in at the highest level, so I think that's probably the best way in my opinion. But for mods, you are going to need a lot of caps, and I'll just show you which vendor to go to. So let's get started. So this is going to be the first location, which is going to be a crashed Vertibird, Brotherhood of Steel Vertibird, and this is going to be in Watoga. If we zoom out here and you go across from Vault 76 all the way across diagonally in the bottom right of the map, this is the Cranberry Bog, and right here, dead center in Watoga, you're going to come across this crashed Vertibird. And right here, there is going to be a spawn chance for a power armor chassis. The chassis can have T45, it can have T51, or it can have T60. And so your T60 is pretty much what we're going to be looking for. And sometimes there won't be a chassis at all, and that could mean that somebody must have taken it, or maybe the chassis didn't even spawn in. But this is going to be one location. The second location is actually going to be up in the medical center, so I recommend checking both locations before doing a server hop. That way you can get the better odds. But essentially, if you find the power armor that you're looking for, you can go ahead and hit transfer and just take the individual parts. Or, I'm already in power armor, but if you're not in power armor, you can pop a fusion cell in the back of it, and then you can claim the chassis, and then it'll become yours. So that's probably the better way, so that the weight of the power armor doesn't weigh you down, because each individual limb is going to weigh a lot, whereas if it's just on the chassis, it's 10 pounds flat. So you can see here I got T45 on this server, but we're going to go ahead and check the second location. The second location is going to be over in this direction from the Vertibird, and we're going to be looking for this medical building right here. And this one's going to be a bit less time efficient in terms of server hopping, but it's still worth checking. And then you just want to go ahead and enter this elevator, and we want to go into the Watoga Emergency Services. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and walk past these guys, and we're not going to be going through that exit. We're actually going to navigate past it and go up these stairs, and we're going to be looking for the roof access, not the helipad access. And then eventually we're going to want to make a right and go down this hall, and then go down this hall, and go down this hall, and eventually you're going to come upon, you're going to do like a full circle. Eventually you're going to come upon another exit, but it's going to be a stairwell, and up we go. And if we go up here, we're going to be right at the Watoga Emergency Services roof access, and this is where we're going to be headed. Alright, and once you're on top of the roof here, we're just going to make a turn right here. And this is going to be the second spawn point for the power armor, but you can see that there is no power armor here. There's also a mod spawn point right here for power armor on these barrels, so sometimes you'll find a power armor mod, and then you'll find a power armor chassis right here. So I'm going to go ahead and server hop and see if I can get some footage of me finding some T60 and maybe a T60 mod as well. And we have a mod spawn right here, and this is the T60 emergency protocols, and it's going to be next to this spawn location for the power armor chassis. Server hopping these locations, server hopping this particular location can get you a mod spawn and the possibility of T60 power armor on this chassis right here. You can also farm fusion cores. So this area is probably going to be the better method compared to the Vertibird down there, because there's no mod spawn. It's just a little less convenient to get up here in terms of the server hopping. Do keep in mind while server hopping at this location that there are a lot of hostile robots in Watoga, and one of the robots I'm actually scared of, the Assaultrons. But yeah, so be on the watch. Oh, there she is. And here we are. We have a power armor chassis with a fusion core in the T60's torso, T60 left arm. So that's already a portion of the power armor. You would just need to repair it. And then over here we have a mod, T60 headlamp. I'll take it. And so yeah, you pretty much want to keep repeating the server hopping, and eventually you're going to find a full set of T-60 armor either right here. You'll probably get a couple T-60 mods as well. So far it's been 2 T-60 mods, and then you'll probably also get some sets from down there. So overall, these 2 spawn locations are pretty quick to just server hop and collect. So I think that this is the best method to get T-60 power armor. I highly do not recommend doing the method that I'm going to show next, which is to get the T-60 power armor plans, just because I don't think it's worth the grind. Getting the plans just allows you to craft it for yourself and for your other people, but you can easily get yourself a set this way, or other people can get themselves sets this way as well. And I just think it's more worth your time. And also there's going to be an industrial trunk here that you can loot if you want, but this container will reset like I think in like 12 hours, so you can't keep farming it only once. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for this method. But let's go ahead and go on to the other method, which I do not recommend, but if you're interested, this is how you can actually get the T-60 power armor plans. So one of the ways that you can get the T-60 power armor plans is by doing certain world events in Watoga or in the Cranberry Bog region. So the event that you're going to be able to do to get a chance of a power armor plan drop, so it could be T-51 helmet, it could be T-60 helmet, you know, it's completely random, so you're going to have to farm it a lot. And as far as my research is concerned, there's no way to actually manually trigger it, so it is a random world event. But essentially, somewhere in the Cranberry Bog, there will be an event called Distant Thunder, and upon completion of the event, you will be able to get a random power armor plan drop. And it's going to say that you need a recon scope of some sort, but in reality you don't. You just need to kill all the scorched in the event and it'll complete all the same. So that is going to be one method, pretty much doing that event and trying to pray that the RNG gives you the drop that you need. Another way to get the T-60 power armor plans is in level 3 containers in terms of the lock difficulty. So if you're lockpicking something and you open it, there's a chance that a T-60 plan will be in it, as long as it was a level 3 lock. And then the other way to get T-60 plans is going to be by doing these treasure hunts, and you need like these treasure maps to go ahead and find all these different locations around the map where there will be loot. I'm not really going to tell you guys how to get the maps. I'm just going to link a video, I'm just going to link a website in the description, and that website actually has a very good breakdown of all the locations, so that way you don't even need the map, you can just go to the location and you can kind of cut to the chase. But it is a lot of RNG in order to get the actual plans, so you kind of have to weigh your options. If you think crafting a set is worth it, then by all means, but if you just want a full set, then I think doing the Watoga route and just farming the 2 Watoga spawns is probably better. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it on how to get the T-60 power armor plans and the T-60 power armor itself. But to get the T-60 power armor mod plans and mods, we're gonna go ahead and head to the BOS vendor in Watoga, which is gonna be the Watoga Shopping Plaza. Alright, so once you're here, it's gonna be the Super Duper Mart, and you can see there is a vendor in here. This is vendor bot Phoenix, and if we go here and we go to notes, you can kind of scroll down a little bit, and this vendor has T45 plans, T51 plans, but most importantly for this video, T60 plans. And you can see all of the T60 plans right here, and I'll go ahead and have information in the description which will go ahead and break down like what each mod actually does, that way you can kind of pick it out. But just really quick, the most popular ones is probably going to be calibrated shocks, emergency protocols, the targeting HUD. Those are kind of like the most popular ones that kind of off the top of my head, and you can see that these are fairly expensive in terms of caps, so make sure you're maximizing your charisma when you're purchasing them, whether it's with perk cards or if you already have high charisma, and also through food. A really good food buff is grape mentas, so if you eat grape mentas before purchasing it, you'll get a better barter rates and 5 extra charisma. But yeah, that's pretty much a really easy way where you can pick up all of the plans, and then once you have your full suit, you can go ahead and just mod it like that. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. If you have any positive or negative feedback, also let me know. That way I can improve. But otherwise, until next time.